Medic. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libitor. More snow is on the way for the start of your work week. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in the Weather Center for Hannah this morning. He's tracking it all. And Eric, when will this snow start to fall?
Well, for the good news is starting out today, at least for the morning, afternoon, evening, at least early evening, things are going to be dry. In fact, could be seeing a nice sunrise this morning, too. But the snow does arrive between 8 to 10 p.m. and it could be heavy at times, could cause some slick road conditions and reduce visibility. So we do have an alert day set up. This is for tonight. Once again, between 8 to 10 p.m. the start time of the snow and into the afternoon for Tuesday. Rates could be up to 1 inch per hour overnight. Lingering snow to Tuesday morning as well, the blowing snow too, because winds will be gusting tonight as well. But for right now, things are dry in Yorkville Battery. Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, and it'll look to remain dry for most of today. If you have any plans, doing any traveling to work, to and from work, going to school, things should be fine for your morning routine, your evening routine as well. But we do have winter storm warnings and advisories in effect. The purple are advisories. Northern Herkimer County, all of Oneida County, all of Madison and Chenango County. Warnings are in place for Southern Herkimer County and Southern Otsego County because they will be most likely impacted by this snow event. Before today, high of 34 with increasing clouds. Again, dry for the most part. Snow arrives tonight. We'll be talking about exactly how much to expect coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. If you get health care coverage through
The Oneonta is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Welcome back. An active weather week is in store for us this week. Starting out with precipitation. So again today, things are going to remain dry for the morning, afternoon, early evening. Snow showers begin to arrive later on tonight, timing between 8 to 10 p.m. More widespread snow showers continuing for this early part of Tuesday. Lingering light snow, even some patchy drizzle possible later on Tuesday evening. Then we're talking about another system bringing most likely some rain showers. Could see another round of a light wintry mix for Wednesday as well too, and some decreasing chances for some light lingering snow showers for Thursday as well. So definitely an active week. Now, not included here is Friday. We're also talking about another system arriving up the coast that could bring significant weather to our area. Now, along with the winds too. Now, winds will remain calm for the start of today. Winds will start to increase by this evening. Windy conditions overnight as well as most of tomorrow, and then breezy conditions will continue throughout Wednesday and Thursday. And just a reminder as well too, tonight is an alert day. The possibility of snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour overnight. Could see some tricky travel, reduced visibility, slick roads. Be on the lookout for the possibility of some slick conditions on the roads. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. 17 years ago today, New Hartford police officer Joseph
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Happy Monday. We're starting out this morning with dry conditions. Could see some sunshine, a nice sunrise too, before clouds start to increase. And we're talking about a decent wintry setup for tonight. Let's take a live look outside. Our Cooperstown camera brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group. And again, things are relatively quiet across the area. We did see some lake effect snow last night, bringing trace 2 inches for most of the area. And taking a live look now to Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, quiet weather across the area this morning and look to remain dry for most of today. And in fact, around the clock, starting out today with temperatures in the teens to 20s. In fact, the North Country checking in the single digits for some of our areas as well. Reaching the upper 20s by noon, the lower 30s by the evening hours. But it won't feel quite like the 30-degree mark, too, because winds will start to pick up. Calm winds this morning. Winds start to become more active by this evening between 3 and 6 p.m. And weather grades across the board again. Dry start, some sunshine this morning too. A nice start to your work week, but clouds start to increase. Red skies in the morning. Sailors take warning. That'll be the motto for today because clouds are arriving from the west. And this is our setup. This is called a double barrel low. Now, what this means is that we have a low pressure system off the coast as well as a second low pressure system inland out towards Canada. Now, the way this process works is we have this low pressure out towards the south. This will start to draw energy inland. What that means is that we have this almost nor'easter type system missing our area, but because we have another low pressure out here, this will drag in additional moisture into our area. And this is a tricky part of our snowfall forecast because we have to keep an eye out on exactly how strong this low pressure is by Tuesday morning. So for the most part, in terms of snowfall, we're still thinking that 4 to 8 inches is the most likely outcome. I find it very hard to believe us getting any less than 4 inches of snow, and the higher end of snow is only going to be happening if that secondary low still remains strong by tomorrow afternoon. So for the most part, again, generally speaking, for all the area, 4 to 8 inches, the 8 to 12 only possible if that low still remains strong. So on our Skycast, what to expect. So for starting out this morning, again, seeing some possible sunshine. Those high-level clouds coming in, could see a nice sunrise. By 2 p.m., again, clouds start to increase. Temperatures warming up into the upper 20s to lower 30s. The snow showers begin to arrive between 8 to 10 p.m. So if you do have any plans driving today, want to get off the roads right around 8 to 10 p.m. and want to stay off the roads at least for the most of the night. Winds will be gusting. We're talking about heavier snowfall rates upwards of 1 inch per hour, and this snow will continue throughout the night into early Tuesday morning. Now, we're talking about the possibility of a dry slot bringing down those snowfall rates, at least for the early morning hours on Tuesday, and we're keeping an eye on the secondary low. See, this is another push, this dark blue arriving once more. This is the thing we keep an eye out for. This will bring additional accumulations even into Tuesday morning, and this will remain for most of the area, at least until the early evening on Tuesday when the snow does come to an end. For today, though, high of 34 with increasing clouds. Again, dry weather expected for the most part today. Tonight, a low of 27 with widespread snow showers and windy conditions. Our 7-day forecast, we have the alert day set up for this evening and into tomorrow. And after that, mild conditions relatively for February. Wednesday and Thursday, highs in the lower 40s. But we're also talking about not only for Tuesday, but also on Friday, another round of even another winter storm. Now, we've got to keep an eye on the track too as well, but definitely winter is showing up late to the party for this season.
That's for sure. We've had it easy so far,
Yeah.
and now we're getting paid back, that's for sure. The time now is 5:22 coming up. Thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Lipitor. Things are about to turn unsettled out there. More snow is on the way. Let's check in with meteorologist Eric Gage over in the Weather Center with the details. And Eric, I noted that you said in the last half hour we're at least going to get 4 inches, right?
Yeah, it's more of a widespread event, and it's a complicated system we're dealing with. But the good news is that it's not starting out at least until sunset tonight. So if you do have plans, you're driving anywhere, going to work, no travel issues are expected for the morning and for the evening commute. But things start to arrive with snowfall by tonight, and this is why we have an alert day set up for tonight and tomorrow morning. Snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour could reduce visibility. Also, winds will be gusting as well, so it could cause some blowing snow, reduce visibility. Just a heads up if you're on the roads. It's not going to be a blockbuster storm, but again, just a heads up if you're heading out on the roads for tonight. And those lingering snow showers do continue for Tuesday morning. For right now, though, things are dry. New York Battery Storm Tracker 2 top the radar, and we do have winter storm warnings in effect for southern Herkimer County and most of, or actually all of Otsego County, and winter weather advisories for Oneida, Madison, Shenango, and northern Herkimer counties. The warnings are one step up in terms of intensity for warnings compared to advisories. Just first for that as well. But for today, though, temperatures warming up into the mid-30s with increasing clouds. Again, dry for the most part today. Snow showers arrive tonight. I'll look at what to expect for snowfall totals coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. Syracuse Police.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. After a snowy weekend, we're talking about more snow, at least arriving tonight. But starting out today, things are going to remain dry. Live look at New York Battery Storm Tracker 2 top of the radar. The lake effect snow showers were in the area overnight. We're continuing to weaken out towards the east. And for the most part today, things are going to remain dry with increasing clouds. Could see some nice sunshine this morning. Temperatures starting out in the teens and 20s. In fact, 11 degrees up in Inlet, 20 degrees in Whitesboro, 19 Richfield Springs, 24 Cooperstown, and at 22 degrees in Little Falls. And we're going to be warming up into the lower 30s, especially those lower elevations for today. So weather headlines talking about today. Again, a dry start this morning. Snow arrives later tonight between 8 to 10 p.m. So if you do have plans today, things are going to be totally fine for the morning and evening commute. But not only that, but the weather does remain active this week. We are talking about a couple of systems in the middle of the week, not too bad, but then we're also talking about another even more significant system arriving by Friday. Still details a little bit fuzzy at this point. We'll have more updates throughout the week on that. For today, though, again, highs in the 30s with increasing clouds. Talking a little bit more about that snow arriving tonight coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The Department of Energy said
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. We are tracking a wintry setup arriving later on tonight, but for the near term this morning and this afternoon, things are going to remain dry. Let's take a live look outside our Cavia Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. After some lake effect snow showers last night, some of us are waking up to a dusting of snow. Some areas a little bit more than 2 inches, but for most of us, trace 2 inches of snow on the ground this morning. We're taking a live look at Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Those snow showers are coming to an end. They're going to remain dry for our area, at least for this morning, this afternoon, and the early part of this evening before snow showers begin to arrive. So what we are expecting today, starting out around the clock with temperatures, starting out in the upper teens to lower 20s, warming up into the upper 20s to lower 30s by the afternoon, but winds start to pick up as well. Calm winds this morning, but by this evening, winds will start to be more on the gusty side, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, and those winds will begin to remain strong for the most part overnight as well. In weather grades, starting out, at least with some patchy sunshine this morning. We got to deal with some lake effect clouds starting out this morning as well. But other than that, clouds start to increase, and then we're talking about snow showers arriving later on tonight. So the setup we're talking about, this is a double barrel low setup. Basically, we have a low pressure, a typical nor'easter setup out towards the southeast, and we have another low inland out towards Canada. Now, this nor'easter low pressure center over here is going to start to draw energy from this low. Now, basically what this means is that we're starting out with snow showers, at least for the start of tonight, but we're keeping an eye on exactly just how strong this low pressure remains by the early morning hours Tuesday, because if this low pressure still remains strong, we're talking about additional accumulation into Tuesday morning that will be just as significant as Monday evening as well. And this will start to push through, and things will remain dry by Tuesday evening. So talking about snowfall again, the expected snowfall range is 4 to 8 inches for most of the area. The 8 to 12 is only possible if, again, that low pressure still remains strong. So we have a big possibility here. It's a complicated setup, excuse me, but for the most part, things are going to remain relatively active in terms of snowfall for at least tonight and early Tuesday morning. So Skycast, again, things are dry for the start of today. Temperatures warming up into the upper 20s to lower 30s. Snow begins to arrive by 8 to 10 p.m. and it could expect some tricky travel situations. Gusty winds blowing snow, reduced visibility, and slick roads. This will start for the most part into the early morning hours Tuesday as well. We're keeping an eye exactly how strong this secondary snowfall is going to be. At this point, it's still looking to remain relatively strong, but we'll update you tonight as well as early tomorrow on the conditions of this snow arriving. For today, high of 34 with increasing clouds. Tonight, snow begins to arrive, a low of 27 degrees. Our 7-day forecast, alert day is put out for tonight and early tomorrow for that accumulating snow, but it doesn't last too long. We're talking about some wintry mix for Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s, and also talking about at the end of the week too, another round of a potential winter storm. So again, winter showing up late, and we're seeing finally significant snowfall.
Yeah, we were due.
Yeah.
We'll take it, that's for sure. The time now, 5:51, still ahead on, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Libitor. More snow is on the way for the start of the work week. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in the Weather Center for Hannah this morning. He's tracking it all, and the big question is, when will this snow begin?
All right, so for right now, the start of today looking dry, the afternoon dry, the evening dry, but the snow begins to arrive tonight between 8 to 10 p.m. So if you do have plans out there for today, things are going to remain relatively dry for the most part. But as we head into tonight, we're going to be talking about snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour. Could we see some blowing snow too, so reduced visibility as well as some slick roads. Be careful on the roads, and in fact, I would avoid travel after 10 p.m. tonight. I would wait until at least the road crews get out and at least treat the roads by the early morning hours tomorrow. We're also talking about additional snow showers continuing into Tuesday morning. But for right now, things are dry after the lake effect snow last night is coming to an end this morning. Still talking about lingering clouds, but we could see a nice sunrise this morning as some high-level clouds from the snow arriving will be coming in from the west. Now, talking about that snow, we do have winter storm warnings that were updated from this morning. Southern Herkimer County upgraded to a warning. It was all but Otsego County. Oneida, Northern Herkimer, Madison, and Chenango counties are on winter weather advisories. So we're not going to see the most of the snow, but still, all of Central New York is going to be seeing at least 4 inches of snow. Now, for today, high of 34 degrees with increasing clouds. Dry for the most part today. The snow arrives tonight. I'll break down into detail what to expect for snowfall across the area coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. If you get health care coverage through
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Mountain Ice Paint Gel.
Good morning. A cool and nice start to your Monday morning with dry conditions. Now, talking about precipitation for the next couple of days. Again, dry for today. Snow showers begin to arrive later on tonight after sunset between 8 to 10 p.m. This will be more widespread in terms of snowfall for the early morning hours on Tuesday. We'll continue throughout the day depending on the intensity of this secondary low we're talking about. Now, this will continue for Wednesday. Not snow showers, but another system bringing the possibility of rain, even the possibility of a wintry mix, but still not as significant as Monday night system and Tuesday morning system. Again, Thursday lingering light snow showers, but for the most part, we're also talking about an active weather week in terms of snowfall, even for Friday too. More details coming up throughout the week on what to expect for that. In terms of wind, calm winds starting out today. Winds start to pick up by this evening and will remain gusty overnight tonight. Windy conditions for the most part tomorrow, and then breezy conditions will remain throughout Wednesday and Thursday. Now, more emphasis on tonight and into tomorrow. It is a Storm Tracker 2 alert day for this evening. It arrives tonight. Snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour. Lingering snow Tuesday morning. Again, some tricky travel expected tonight. More details on what to expect for the snowfall coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. 17 years ago today, New Hartford Police.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Starting out with possibly a nice sunrise this morning with dry weather expected at least throughout the day. And then we're talking about snow showers developing overnight tonight. Let's take a live look outside. Our Mountain Ice Pain Relief Gel camera overlooking Oneonta. And for the most part today, again, starting out with some sunshine. Clouds continue to increase from the southwest, still tracking some lingering light lake effect clouds coming to an end, pushing their way down towards the south this morning. Live looking for battery Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar again. Dry weather across the area this morning, but talking about more active weather arriving tonight. Now, temperatures starting out on the chilly side this morning, 12 degrees in Inlet, 20 in Clinton, at 21 degrees in New Hartford. Sun Valley's temperatures in the 20s as well. 24 Edmiston, 21 Hartwick, 26 Lawrence, 23 West Lawrence and Milford, and 25 degrees in Morris. So around the clock today, we do warm up into the upper 20s to lower 30s by the evening, but winds start to pick up as well too. So calm winds this morning, and by the evening, winds start to reach the 10 to 15 mile per hour range. So breezy conditions, and then winds start to pick up once more again later on tonight. So in terms of what to expect for today, or at least for tonight into tomorrow. So this is called a double barrel low setup. Basically, we have a low out towards the coast and a low pressure center out towards Canada. Now, what this is doing, this is causing snow showers to arrive tonight. Now, this low pressure over here is starting out strong but weakening, and this is transferring energy out towards the surface low near the coast. Now, this is a complicated setup, so for the most part, we're talking about a nor'easter setup down here, but this low pressure over here is going to start dragging warm air in, and that'll increase snowfall rates overnight tonight and into at least Tuesday morning. So talking about snowfall totals, again, this is for a overall between Monday night and into Tuesday afternoon. This is not going to be happening all at once. You're not going to wake up and see 8 inches of snow on the ground Tuesday morning, but this is an overall total event. Now, 4 to 8 inches is the most likely expected snowfall totals to be seeing for tonight and into tomorrow. 8 to 12 is the the highest chance expected is if that low pressure system still remains strong by tomorrow morning. So for the most part, again, 4 to 8 inches relatively across the area, 8 to 12, only if that system still remains strong. So our Skycast, the timing of the system, still starting out dry for today, warming up in the upper 20s to lower 30s, mostly cloudy skies by the evening, and then by 8 to 10 p.m., snow showers begin to arrive. Could be heavy at times. Snowfall rates upwards of 1 inch per hour with some gusty winds mixed in there with it as well. 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, still looking at lingering snow showers, and it could be seeing a dry slot with it too. Now, the main concern is exactly how much snow we're expecting after this initial wave. This is for Tuesday morning, another round of this dark blue, which is indicative of even more snow. So for the most part, we're keeping an eye on this. We're pretty confident in the initial snowfall, but we'll let you know exactly what to expect tonight as well as early tomorrow on the second wave of snow that will bring up those totals upwards of 8 inches or more. So for today, high of 34 degrees with increasing clouds. Tonight, snow begins to arrive, a low of 27, and winds pick up as well. Our 7-day forecast, we issued an alert day for the snow showers for tonight and into tomorrow morning. And then we start to warm up a little bit too. Wednesday and Thursday, some light rain showers, even seeing some mixing possible, highs in the lower 40s. And also talking about another active system arriving Friday for a potential winter storm once more. So winter is arriving late, but again, snow showers finally arriving.
That's for sure. We've been having it pretty easy so far.
Yeah, pretty spoiled.
Yeah, that's for sure. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. Things are about to turn unsettled out there. More snow on the way. Let's check in with meteorologist Eric Gage in the Weather Center with the details. And that unsettling, though, won't happen until probably later tonight, right?
Yes, that's right. So starting out today, even a nice sunrise, too, this morning
beautiful.
as well. Yeah, so quiet weather expected. A chilly start warming up into the 30s. Again, dry weather expected throughout the day. The snow showers do arrive by tonight after sunset, timing around 8 to 10 p.m. Now, snowfall rates can be upwards of 1 inch per hour, blowing snow due to gusty winds, so could expect some lower, reduced visibility as well as slippery roads. So I'd avoid travel, especially after 10 p.m. tonight, and at least let the road crews go out there and at least treat the roads a little bit too. Now, a live look for batteries, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar. After some lake effect snow showers finished last night, things are remaining dry this morning. Now, we do have winter storm warnings in effect for southern Herkimer County and all of Otsego County, and winter weather advisories for Oneida, northern Herkimer, Madison, and Chenango counties. And once again, warnings are one step above advisories. So for those of you in southern Herkimer County and Otsego County, you're seeing a little more significant impacts in terms of the snowfall. For today, high of 34 with increasing clouds. Again, dry weather expected throughout the day. Snow arriving tonight. Details on what to expect in terms of accumulation and impacts, and when it comes to an end, coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away.
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Welcome back. With just over 20 days left until spring, winter weather is finally showing up for us in central New York. But for this morning, things are looking to remain dry. A live look at New York for battery, Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar again. Dry weather across the area this morning, this afternoon, and the early part of this evening. Snow showers look to hold off at least until after sunset tonight. Now, talking about temperatures this morning, still too on the chilly side with the clear skies developing, dropping into the upper teens in the Mohawk Valley, 18 in Whitesboro, 22 Little Falls, 9 degrees in Inlet, and it's 16 Richfield Springs, 23 degrees still those clouds down in Cooperstown. So weather headlines for today, and in fact, talking about dry weather starting out this morning, snow will rise later tonight, but also weather does remain active this week. We are talking about that system arriving tonight and into tomorrow, but also another system arriving later on this week, even into Friday night and into Saturday morning. But for today, though, highs reaching the low to mid 30s with increasing clouds, dry weather for the most part, snow showers arriving tonight. Details on what to expect coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The Department of Energy.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. A wintry system is arriving later on tonight, but for the start of today, in fact, a nice start to your Monday. Let's take a live look outside. A beautiful sunrise from a Caveat Tower camera overlooking the Mohawk Valley. And this will be the story for the most part starting out today. Some partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies. clouds will continue to increase throughout the late morning and early afternoon. And in fact, also on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Dry weather across the board, and it will remain dry for the entire day, but by sunset, snow will begin to arrive from the southwest. Now, temperatures this morning starting out in the teens and 20s, 12 degrees in Inlet, 21 New Hartford, 20 degrees in Clinton. Southern Valley's temperatures in the 20s as well, 21 in Hartwick, 24 Emiston, 25 in Morris, 23 in Lawrence, and 26 in Lawrence, 23 in West Lawrence, as well as Milford. So around the clock today, warming up into the upper 20s to lower 30s by the afternoon, with winds picking up as well. Winds are still calm this morning, but they'll start to pick up by the evening, and winds are still remaining gusty by tonight, with wind speeds between 15 and 20 miles per hour, with gusts a little bit stronger than that too. So the setup we'll be experiencing for tonight, this is called a double barrel low. We have a low pressure out near the coast and a low pressure center out near Canada. Now, the initial strength of this is weak and this is strong, but this will transfer energy over to the low near the coast. What does that mean for us? Well, starting out, this low pressure right here will be causing some snow showers to arrive. Now, the trailing edge, this low pressure, is very vital in determining how much snow we get. If this low pressure still remains strong by Tuesday morning, we'll be in the higher end of our expected snowfall totals. If it weakens too early and snow showers become less strong, we're only looking at the lower end of our totals. But I don't see how we don't see at least 4 inches of snow widespread across the area. So this is our snowfall forecast. I'm going to break it down. This is not going to be falling all at once. You're going to see possibly less than 4 inches by early Tuesday morning, depending on where you live. So this is, again, not all at once. This is a long duration event, but the possibility of 8 to 12 is only there if that secondary system still remains strong. So it's bringing up the possibility. This is not the most likely scenario, but the 4 to 8 inches is the most likely, at least for our area. Now, talking about the timing for tonight. So again, starting out with dry weather, temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s, increasing clouds by this afternoon. Again, dry weather expected. It should no issues traveling to and from work unless you're traveling later on tonight. So between 8 to 10 p.m., snow showers begin to arrive, and this could be heavy at times. Snowfall rates upwards of 1 inch per hour, gusty winds, reduced visibility, and some slick roads are possible with this system. Now, this will continue overnight into early Tuesday morning, and this is the one we get to the tricky part of the forecast. So the early part is as expected, but after this, we'll keep an eye on the intensity of the secondary snow band. At this point, it's still looking to be strong. We'll give you updates tonight as well as tomorrow morning on what to expect with the secondary snow that will push those totals upwards of 8 inches or more. For today, high of 34 degrees with increasing clouds, snow showers arriving tonight, a low of 27 degrees, winds picking up as well. Our 7-day forecast, we put out an alert day for tonight and into tomorrow morning for tricky travel. And after that, Wednesday's looking dry to start out with some light rain and possibly a wintry mix for Wednesday evening. Same for Thursday, and also watching a potential winter storm again for Friday. So although we are, as mentioned before, we're on 20 days away from spring, winter is finally arriving, just a little bit late.
Yeah, maybe we'll have it right through April.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully not, but
you never know, right?
Hopefully not from last year, at least not the April storm.
That's for sure. The time now is 6:52. Still ahead.
From where the news comes first, this is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Libitor. More snow is on the way for the Mohawk Valley. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in the Weather Center this morning for Hannah, and he's tracking this system. And Eric, the good news is that if you have to get things done today, do it early because that snow's coming later, right?
Yeah, and in fact, a nice start to your day, too. Looking at plenty of sunshine across the Mohawk Valley. And for the most part today, things are going to be remaining dry, at least until after sunset. So you have any chores, you're going to work, going to school, things should be fine. But as we get into tonight, tricky travel is expected. We have an issued alert day for tonight and into Tuesday afternoon. So snow arrives tonight after sunset. Snowfall rates are upwards of 1 inch per hour overnight. So along with that too, blowing snow could cause tricky travel with slick roads as well. And this does linger into Tuesday morning. Now, for right now, things are quiet. Plenty of sunshine for some of us too. Some lingering lake effect clouds from last night for some of us as well. On your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar, again, quiet weather. We do have winter storm warnings in effect for southern Herkimer County and all of Otsego County, and winter weather advisories for northern Herkimer County, Oneida, Madison, and Chenango counties. And again, warnings are one step above advisories in terms of severity for snowfall. Now, doesn't mean we're going to see a blockbuster storm. It's not going to be too bad, but still enough to cause some tricky travel situations. But this does start tonight. So for today, though, temperatures are remaining in the lower 30s for the afternoon. Quiet weather. And again, we'll break down what to expect for the snowfall coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. If you get health care coverage through
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. A chilly but nice start to the work week today with temperatures in the upper teens to lower 20s, warming up into the 30s by this afternoon, and we are talking about snowfall arriving later on tonight. Take a live look outside, a beautiful sunrise on our Cavity Tower camera overlooking the Mohawk Valley. And things are dry across the area as well on a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Snow showers again don't look to be arriving at least until 8 to 10 p.m. tonight. So if you do have any plans to go out to go to work, go to school, do any chores, things will be relatively fine for the most part today. And in fact, temperatures starting out this morning in the teens in North Country, 12 degrees in Inlet, 20 degrees in Clinton, 21 degrees in New Hartford. Southern Valley's temperatures in the 20s as well, 24 Evanston, 21 Hartwick. 23 degrees in Milford and West Lawrence, and 25 degrees in Morris. And around the clock today, warming up into the lower to mid 30s by the afternoon. Winds start to pick up too. Calm winds this morning, but by the evening, winds start to become more gusty, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds by 6 p.m. That will continue overnight tonight, bringing some gusty winds along with snow. So the setup we'll be experiencing is called a double barrel low. There's basically two low pressures influencing our weather tonight. One out near the coast, a typical nor'easter setup, and another low pressure out towards Canada. Now, this low pressure is initially strong, but this will transfer energy out towards the coast. Now, this is why the snowfall forecast is complicated, because the initial snowfall, we're pretty confident in the estimates initially of snowfall, but it's the remaining snow, depending on how strong this low pressure is, by Tuesday morning, determine exactly how much snow we could be getting. So the rough snowfall estimate for our area is 4 to 8 inches. Now, this is a long duration event, not going to be happening all at once. You don't expect to wake up with 4 to 8 inches of snow Tuesday morning. This is a long duration event, as I said before. 8 to 12, this is the higher end, unlikely chance if that low pressure still remains strong. The setup is as confident as we are predicting. So for the most part, 4 to 8 inches, the highest chance for most of the area, and 8 to 12, unlikely, but want to mention the possibility of that happening if that system still remains strong. So let's talk about timing and what to expect. So starting out this morning, again, quiet weather, some sunshine this morning, a chilly start, but otherwise a very nice start to your work week. Clouds start to increase by this afternoon. Temperatures warming up in the upper 20s to lower 30s. And then we're talking about snow showers arriving later on tonight. Between 8 to 10 p.m., this initial wave of snow begins to arrive, and snowfall rates could be heavier at times, around 1 inch per hour. Some gusty winds along with this too as well. So could be seeing blowing snow across areas that are open, mainly near farm fields and all those open areas as well. Along with that, too, slick roads are possible with the snowfall initially. Now, this is initially falling as lighter snow, but then talking about 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, this is the complicated part of the forecast. Now, we're going to be talking about at least still some snow showers arriving for Tuesday morning, but it's the second wave right here, this dark blue from later on Tuesday morning, that we're still not confident entirely yet on exactly how strong this will be. So for the most part, we are confident in the initial snowfall, but we're keeping an eye on this second one. We'll have updates tonight as well as tomorrow morning on what to expect for the snow. Tonight, low of 34 or high 34, increasing clouds. Tonight, low of 27 with some snow showers. Winds pick up. 7-day forecast, alert day for Tuesday, and again, Wednesday, some slight rain and snow showers.
Let's get ready to get those shovels and snow blowers out. It is going to snow and hit us all here in our viewing area, but when will it start? Meteorologist Eric Gage is in for Hannah and has that answer for us this noon. Eric, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Gary. Yes, snow is going to be arriving tonight, but for the most part today, it has remained dry, and it will be expecting to remain dry for the most part. Taking a live look at Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar again. Quiet weather across the area right now. We're monitoring that system out towards the southwest. This will arrive tonight between 8 to 10 p.m. So if you do have any plans to go driving anywhere, the time to do it would be earlier on today. And you want to be on the roads, at least initially. This is when the snow will be on the heavier side. So we did initial alert day for tonight and into early Tuesday morning to Tuesday afternoon. Now, snowfall rates up to 1 inch per hour overnight. It's the initial snow that's going to cause some tricky travel. The snowfall rates will decrease by Tuesday morning, but again, still expecting a decent amount of snow from this and lingering snow Tuesday morning as well. And they could issue some blowing snow as well. This is for some gusty winds overnight. But for today, though, mostly cloudy skies for the evening. Temperatures warming up into the lower to mid 30s. Again, those snow showers arriving tonight and overnight into early tomorrow morning. Of details on exactly how much to expect and the exact timing coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. As we get ready to get hit with some severe weather, many parts of the country saw just that overnight. Some are facing the aftermath of tornadoes. NBC's Morgan Chesky has more for us this noon.
Wild weather tearing across the central U.S. overnight, blasting the plains with a powerful and intense storm system known as a derecho, which at a minimum has a 240-mile distance of wind damage and typically causes it in one direction along a straight path. Tornadoes touching down in Oklahoma and Kansas, leaving neighborhoods in ruin and completely destroying homes, flipping cars and knocking out power to thousands of residents. Wind gusts topping 100 miles per hour, also whipping through parts of the Texas Panhandle. The National Weather Service tweeting yesterday, people in McLean should take cover now. Meanwhile, West Coasters digging out and drying off after pummeling rain and snow. The mountains in Southern California blanketed in up to 7 feet of snow in certain areas. With roads impassable, some mountain residents blaze their own trails on skis.
Never seen this much snow come down this long, this hard, since 31 years.
Torrential rainfall brought treacherous flooding. Cars stranded as the waters rushed over roads in Los Angeles. Rescuers saving victims such as this incident captured by the Pasadena Fire Department. An RV teetering on the edge of an embankment before plunging into the Santa Clara River.
It's just scary. I'm just glad we're safe.
With tens of thousands still without power across California, Yosemite National Park will remain closed to visitors until March. And Oregon declaring a state of emergency in certain regions battling frigid temperatures. While some battled hazardous conditions not often seen, others took advantage of the rare Southern California snowfall.
NBC's Morgan Chesky reporting, and many municipalities here locally will have snow emergencies in effect, including Utica, which has already announced its snow emergency will go into effect tonight at 10 o'clock. Any vehicles left on the streets will be subject to ticketing and towing. It remains in effect until further notice. Brand new this noon, word of a...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Some sunshine to start out your Monday, and temperatures warming up into the lower to mid 30s for some of us. We are tracking some snow showers arriving later on tonight. Take a live look outside our Caveat Tower camera overlooking the city of Utica. Again, quiet weather across the area, as well as taking a live look at your Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. No rain and snow in sight, at least for the near term. We're talking about those snow showers again arriving tonight. So for the most part this afternoon, as well as early on this evening, things will remain dry, but between 8 to 10 p.m., those snow showers do arrive. Now, temperatures starting out today in the upper teens to lower 20s. We are warming up into the 30s. Now, a lot of model guidance we're using for these forecasts didn't have these temperatures this warm for today. Now, this could be a concern in terms of snowfall rates, especially as we head into this evening. But the snowfall forecast is still unchanged at this point. So basically what's going on today is we have what is called a double barrel low. We have a low pressure center out towards the coast and a low pressure out towards Canada. Now, this low pressure out towards the coast is starting out weak and strengthening by stealing energy from that low out towards Canada. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, it starts out with some snow showers initially, but this secondary low is dependent on exactly how much snow we get on Tuesday morning. The initial snow tonight is still going to be impactful, but it's the remaining snow that arrives throughout Tuesday that could be a concern for additional snowfall. So our snowfall forecast at this point, 4 to 8 inches for most of the area. That's the most likely chance. 8 to 12 inches being very unlikely, but we put it in there just for a heads up of the possibility of seeing those higher totals. Again, this 8 to 12 is only possible if those snowfall rates are still strong by Tuesday morning. So again, the most likely scenario is 4 to 8 inches for most of the area. Now, snowfall will start out on the fluffier side, but the snow will start to get a little more wet as we head into early Tuesday morning. So we can see the system actually right out over here to the west, and it'll arrive into our area again by 8 to 10 p.m. So talking about timing and impact. So for today, again, quiet weather across the area, already warming up into the mid-30s. The snow showers begin to arrive between 8 to 10 p.m. and this could be heavy at times, looking at snowfall rates upwards of 1 inch per hour. Now, by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, don't expect to see all the snow on the ground at once. This will still be a long duration event. So 6 a.m. still looking at some lighter snow showers. The most intense snow looks to be arriving tonight and into early tomorrow. Snowfall rates will decrease throughout the day, except with the exception if this system still produces some heavier snowfall by late Tuesday morning. So at this point, we're still thinking that this can produce at least an additional 1 to 2 inches or more of snowfall after the initial snow. So again, our snowfall forecast of 4 to 8 inches is still on track. Now, this system will push through by Tuesday evening, and things are looking relatively dry for Tuesday night, and also tracking a few weak systems into Wednesday and Thursday. So for today, highs in the 30s with increasing clouds. Tonight, a bit breezy with snow, temperatures in the mid-20s. Our 7-day forecast put the alert day out for the possibility of impacting travel for later on tonight into early Tuesday morning. Again, mild weather, at least for Wednesday and Thursday. Also watching that potential system arriving for Friday. We'll have more details on that coming up in the next half hour. Gary?
Eric, thanks. If you get health care coverage through... Welcome back. It is nice and sunny out right now, but the radar will eventually be lighting up with heavy snow moving into the region, and some could see a significant snowfall. Let's get right over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in for Hannah today. And Eric, when is this expected to start?
Well, for the most part, we're looking at dry conditions today. In fact, we did see some sunny skies across the area. The snowfall looks to arrive between 8 to 10 p.m. tonight. Now, live look at the radar. Things are quiet, but we look out towards the southwest. We can see this very widespread system starting to arrive, reaching the southern tip of New York State. Now, this will reach the area again by 8 to 10 p.m. But I also want to emphasize what to expect by the end of the week. We're getting questions about this, and I want to address what we're seeing, at least at this point. A potential storm for Friday night into Saturday. And this is the reason why we don't put out snowfall forecasts so early, because just recent data came in and it either goes from a heavier snowfall totals to even a wintry mix. So it's still a complicated setup. We're still expecting to see, at least be impacted by this system. I want to give you a heads up. This is Friday night into Saturday, but just a heads up, or at least early heads up, what to expect for the end of the week. Before today, again, dry weather expected. We're also tracking those snow showers arriving tonight and into early tomorrow morning. Could cause some tricky travel situations. I'll break it all down coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Rescuers continue to...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. It's been a very nice late February day across Central New York, but this is the calm before the storm. We are tracking some snow showers arriving later on tonight. Let's take a live look outside. Our Utica National Insurance Group camera overlooking Main Street in Cooperstown. And this was pretty much a story all day. Some sunshine peeking through the clouds, making to mostly sunny skies across the area. And things are looking quiet on a Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, but things will start to get unsettled as we head into tonight. If you do have any plans to go out and get some groceries, or just if you're commuting to and from work, pick up the kids from school, things should be fine at least until after sunset. Now, we are starting out with temperatures in the upper teens, lower 20s for today, warming up into the 30s in the Mohawk Valley, in the 20s in North Country, 25 in Old Forge, 31 Clinton, 37 in Mohawk, 30 degrees in Ilion, and 34 degrees in Cassville. The system we'll be experiencing today is going to be a double barrel low. Basically, we have a system out towards the south off the coast and a low pressure system out towards Canada. Now, this will be taking energy from the Canadian low pressure, and what this means for us is that we'll have a long duration snowfall event. Now, the initial snowfall looks to be the most impactful, but snowfall rates look to be weakening overnight into early Tuesday morning. So for the most part, We're talking about 4 to 8 inches of widespread snow. Now, the 4 to 8 is the most likely scenario. We did put in 8 to 12, but this is a less likely scenario. We can't really see the snowfall totals going any higher than 12 inches at least for most of the area. Now, don't expect to see this all at once. This is going to be a long duration event, as I said before. So, waking up Tuesday morning, don't expect to see 8 inches of snow on the ground, but this will be overall between tonight and into Tuesday evening. So, radar and satellite, things are quiet in the area right now, but here is a system out towards the west. Did produce some tornadoes out near Chicago, but for the most part, this is going to be largely unaffected by this at least strong cold front to the south. It's looking to miss us entirely. So talking about the timing tonight. So for the most part, dry weather expected for today, increasing clouds, temperatures in the mid-30s in the Mohawk Valley, cooling down into the 20s by tonight. By 8 to 10 p.m., this leading edge of snow, this is the biggest concern. Snowfall rates could be up to 1 inch per hour. And then after that, snowfall rates will gradually weaken and things will be relatively less intense in terms of snowfall rates for the remainder of this system, with the exception of the possibility of this secondary push of snow arriving. Now, at this point, we are still expecting at least a secondary push of snow to arrive by mid-Tuesday morning, but not as intense as the initial wave of snow later on tonight. So again, 4 to 8 inches expected for the next couple of days. And we're also talking about another system arriving later on this week. So for today, high 34 with increasing clouds. Tonight, snows begin to arrive, a low of 27 degrees. Winds pick up tonight as well, and we have a Storm Tracker 2 alert day for overnight hours into early tomorrow morning. And then we start to warm up into the 40s for Wednesday with a weak disturbance with some light rain showers, nothing too serious. And then we're talking about another system arriving as we head into Friday, talking about a potential winter storm.
Eric, thanks. Time now to talk about vacations. Booking.
I'm Kristen Copeland.
I'm Jason Paulus. It is a Storm Tracker 2 alert day as we get ready for a long duration storm, and that means the snow's not coming all at once.
The winter weather advisory starts tonight. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis is tracking what we can expect from the Weather Center.
Yeah, most of this snow happens tonight, but this does continue into Tuesday. So we're looking at a total between tonight and Tuesday for most areas between about 6 to 8 inches. East of Utica, 8 to 12 inches for the Mohawk Valley, including Little Falls, extending to Boonville and Cooperstown. I think about 3/4 of this happens overnight, and then the rest of it will happen throughout Tuesday. So the highest impact will be overnight travel, and especially early tomorrow morning. Parts of the area, most of the area, under a winter storm warning. The National Weather Service moving and shifting some of those warnings to the west. No changes to our forecast, though, since earlier today. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking dry. If you're running any last-minute errands, you're good for now. The snow begins between about 8 to 9 p.m. for most of central New York. Our current temperature is 31 degrees. This comes in a hurry. So once the snow begins, it starts to pick up really quickly. Heavy snow overnight, meaning 1 inch per hour snowfall rates. The snow will taper off as we head into Tuesday morning, and light snow is expected through Tuesday afternoon. Snow develops this evening, temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. Again, we're tracking when some of this heavy snow arrives, and even a pretty active week. Another chance for some heavier snow later in the week. A look at the forecast is coming up. Kristen, back to you.
A Utica police officer suffered minor injuries.
Good evening. We are tracking widespread snow moving into central New York tonight, and the roads are going to be pretty slippery overnight as the system rolls through. This will also continue through tomorrow, and by the time all is said and done, most of us will end up somewhere between about 6 to 8 inches of accumulation, 8 to 12 inches east of Utica. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you're heading out this evening, the weather looks fine. We're looking at the tower cam this evening, and you can see the cameras bouncing around slightly. The winds will be picking up tonight. This is, of course, our CAV tower cam. Let's talk about this alert day. Again, we mentioned this on Friday for today to give you the heads up. Things are on track for widespread heavy snowfall, with the heaviest taking place tonight. By heavy, I mean snowfall rates, specifically 1 inch per hour or more. That's usually the rate that it needs to get to in order for the roads to be very slippery, where it's difficult to keep them clean. Lingering snow by Tuesday morning. There could also be some blowing snow, especially in open areas. I don't think that's going to be a big issue, but again, if you live in an area or travel to an area that's prone to blowing snow. If an area that has a lot of fields, that could be an issue first thing tomorrow, too. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it's dry for now. The leading edge of the snow will be arriving between about 8 to 9 p.m. for most of us this evening. The highest impact to travel will be overnight. By the morning, the snow will be tapering off. It'll still be snowing in the morning, just not as heavy as overnight. Some snow showers in the afternoon, and the evening is looking dry, so it might be a little tricky to get to work or school in the morning, but it should get a lot better. Roads should get easier to travel on as we head throughout the day tomorrow, especially as temperatures climb above freezing. That's going to help melt snow on the roadways. Radar and satellite image shows pretty complicated system here. There's two areas of low pressure, one to the west. That's the primary low. This tracks inland. Normally, this would give us a wintry mix, but what's going to happen this time around is secondary area of low pressure develops along the coast, and that's going to shut the warm air down. And for us, it'll mean all snow, but this also means some heavier snow heading into tonight. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast again. Snow breaks out 8 to 9 p.m. It comes in a hurry. Snowfall rates tonight at about 1 inch per hour. So it will be tricky traveling overnight, but by tomorrow morning, still some snow around at 7 a.m. Temperatures in the mid-20s. Snow for the majority of the day, but it does get lighter throughout the afternoon, and it does come to an end by 5 p.m. Again, temperatures will be above freezing, and we're dry heading into tomorrow night. Most of us get about 6 to 8 inches of total snow. Most of this will happen by tomorrow morning, but again, more accumulates, and again, grand total is 6 to 8 inches. For most of central New York, 8 to 12 inches east of Utica, especially along higher elevations. If you're heading out towards Syracuse, there will be lesser accumulations, about 3 to 6 inches. Tonight, snow down to 27. Tomorrow, we're looking at light snow, temperatures in the mid-30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A few rain showers here as we head into Wednesday afternoon. We're up to 41. Thursday, we're dry, we're 38. We're tracking another system on Friday. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. This could bring us some snow and ice, so looks like a pretty busy week. Again, tonight, tricky travel. Morning commute could be a little dicey.
All right, Bill, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, first time on a day like today, we don't like to stay away from the Weather Center for too long. Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis tracking the impending storm. Bill.
Yeah, we're taking a look at specifically wind here and any likelihoods for power outages. I don't see this as being a favorable setup. I don't really expect power outages to be a big concern. We will have some wind, and it's not going to be all that strong, but this snow is going to be not fluffy, not wet, but somewhere in the middle. It's going to be an average accumulation, so it will stick to the trees somewhat, but not like it would if it was that heavy, wet snowfall that it occasionally does happen when we get into the end of the winter season. Let's talk wind. Winds pick up as we head into tonight. By 11 p.m., wind gusts between 25 to 35 miles an hour. So it will be very noticeable. And that wind will continue as we head into tonight. And it continues through tomorrow morning from the south to the southeast. And the winds will be becoming much lighter as we head into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. By later in the day, wind gusts between about 15 to 20 miles an hour. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Dry for now, but look to the west. All this snow is moving in, and the start time will be about 8 to 9 p.m. for most of us. This does come in a hurry, looking at pretty heavy snowfall rates overnight. We're taking a look at the snowfall forecast coming up. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. Severe weather has hit the country from the West Coast all the way to the Midwest. California now recovering from days of heavy rain and snow, while the heartland was hit with powerful storms, leaving large patches of damage. We're going to go around America tonight with Dan Sheneman.
What in the world is that?
A powerful storm touching down in Kansas. Winds whipped through North Texas. Another storm pummeled central Oklahoma. A view from the sky this morning reveals a path of destruction that stretches for miles.
We have several homes, businesses, and schools that appear to have some damage from the storm.
In California, it's time to dig out after a batch of heavy snowfall. One mountain community completely snowed in.
I have never seen North Bay this snowy and untraveled. Well, you can't travel on it.
Southern California hoping to dry out after days of heavy downpours. Strong waters force first responders to make multiple water rescues, like this one in Ventura County. In some areas, the ground left so frail it has started to crumble. RVs fell into the Santa Clara River Saturday morning. In the Midwest and Northeast, it's time to stock up. Near Boston, thousands of pounds of salt are loaded and shipped ahead of expected severe weather.
Much slower winter than last winter, but we're going to have a strong finish here.
And that strong finish is likely to hit the Northeast tonight. Dan Gentleman, NBC News.
Still ahead, a flag raising at Utica City Hall, plus
About 30 minutes away from the start of a winter weather advisory, and that's going to stay in place through tomorrow night.
all of the snow we're expected to get, though, will not be coming all at once. Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis here to explain it all for us, because we're not going to get dumped in a couple of hours. It's a long-term event, right?
Yeah, and the worst of this looks to be tonight. Snowfall rates could peak out at about 1 inch per hour. So if you're traveling overnight, this is going to be pretty tough. But by the morning, the snowfall rates to go down. And by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., this is how much we're expecting to have fallen by that point. 4 to 7 inches for most of central New York. Again, the forecast calls for 6 to 8 inches total for Utica and points west, and 8 to 12 inches from Utica and points east. So it's going to take a little bit longer for areas east of Utica to see that accumulation on Tuesday. But again, the heaviest snow does happen tonight, and it continues throughout most of Tuesday. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The snow is starting to the west. It's going to take a few more hours to get here, but you can see some darker blues. This is the heavier snow that we're expecting locally to arrive tonight. The start time is about 8 to 9 p.m. for most of us, and the snow becomes heavy overnight. This evening, again, snow developing, temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. We are tracking how the Tuesday morning commute looks and a look at total snowfall, and that's coming out. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. A new fountain to honor Bosnian culture is being planned for an open field.
Good evening. We are tracking snow moving into the region tonight. This will continue into Tuesday, the heaviest of which will take place overnight. Let's take a live look outside. Things are looking dry for now. So a live look at our Mountain Ice Oneonta camera. The snow begins for most of us between 8 to 9 p.m. and it moves in a hurry. As we look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar, we can see the leading edge of the snow starting to approach central and western New York out towards Syracuse. There's a lot of dry air in place, so even though we see snow on the radar, a lot of this is evaporating before it reaches the surface. We call this virga. So the bottom line is it is going to take a little while for this to get going, but once it does, the snow will be coming down pretty hard tonight. Let's talk about the fluff factor for this snow. The last several snowfalls have been really wet and really heavy to move. I think this time around, with some colder air working in from the north, the fluff factor will be pretty standard, which means it's not going to be fluffy, it's not going to be wet, it's going to be somewhere in the middle, enough to pack, but not super heavy. So again, that should be helpful for those of you that are trying to clear this. It won't be as heavy as that last storm that we had. As we look at our travel impact overnight, again, a high impact on the roadways with snow coming down at snowfall rates over 1 inch per hour overnight. In the morning, the snowfall starts to taper off. It's still snowing in the morning. There still will be impacts for the morning commute, but it becomes less throughout the day, especially as temperatures climb above freezing. That is going to help tremendously throughout the afternoon. The roads will generally be wet on your drive home from work or school. Radar and satellite image showing low pressure working in from the west. It's a complicated system. One storm will take an inland track. A second one will develop along the coast. Both of these will work in tandem to bring us widespread snow. Again, it begins tonight between 8 to 9 p.m. Snowfall rates overnight over 1 inch per hour, so heavy snow tonight. By tomorrow morning, the snowfall rates will start to taper down. Morning commute, 7 a.m., snow, temperatures in the mid-20s. Snow continues throughout the day. It does become lighter into the afternoon, and it comes to an end generally between about 2 to 4 p.m. from west to east. The weather dries out heading into tomorrow night. Total snow, 6 to 8 inches for most of central New York from Utica and points west. 8 to 12 inches of snow for the Mohawk Valley, including most of Herkimer County, heading into northern Otsego County, especially these hilltop locations could get close to a foot. Same thing going for northern Oneida County as well. This comes to an end again Tuesday afternoon. Snow tonight, low of 27. Tomorrow, looking at snow tapering off in the afternoon. Temperatures climb above freezing, so the roadways are generally wet, a high of 35. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers on Wednesday, 41. Thursday's dry. We're tracking the next weather maker for Friday. We have another potential storm. This one may end up being a mix between snow and ice, so we will keep you posted on that. Some late snow showers here for Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the 30s. We're dry, looking ahead to next Monday. We'll be right back.
In effect, let's get you right over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis tracking it all.
Yes, we're expecting a general 6 to 8 inches of accumulation to take place tonight and tomorrow for most of central New York. East of Utica, 8 to 12 inches. So while this won't break any records, this will be on par for the largest snowfall that we've had so far this winter. We have winter storm warnings now in effect for most of central New York. Winter weather advisories for Lewis and northern Herkimer County. The snow will break out between 8 to 9 p.m. for most of central New York, so it's generally dry for now, but that's going to change. This snow comes in a hurry. As we look to the west, we can see the snowfall is coming down hard and heavy out towards Rochester and Buffalo, and again, that will be arriving tonight. Current temperature is 30 degrees. Our snow breaks out between 8 to 9 p.m. The heaviest snow arrives tonight, with snowfall rates over 1 inch per hour. The snow continues Tuesday, but it won't fall as heavy. And again, we're expecting the morning commute to be tricky, and then conditions do look to improve tremendously as we get throughout Tuesday afternoon as temperatures climb above freezing. Snow developing this evening, temperatures below freezing. We are tracking the timing of the heavier snow tonight and when this comes to an end, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. A Utica police officer suffered minor injuries during a chase in North Utica.
Good evening, Central New York. We are tracking snow that is moving into the region this evening. It becomes heaviest tonight and continues into Tuesday. Let's take a live look outside. This is our CAB Tower Cam. Right now, the weather is quiet. The camera is bouncing around. We have some wind. Now, we told you about this alert day on Friday to give you the heads up that snow was on the way, and here it is. We're expecting to snow tonight. Snowfall rates will top out at 1 inch per hour overnight. That's usually the threshold that causes tricky travel, and we're expecting that overnight. Lingering snow into Tuesday morning. The snowfall rates come down on Tuesday, and as temperatures climb, it should be easier to travel Tuesday compared to tonight. Blowing snow could be an issue in open areas. The wind is going to be strong enough for that, but it's not going to be a big problem. I don't expect any big issues with power outages because this snow is not going to be as wet as the last couple of snowfalls that we've seen. Start time of the snow about 8 to 9 p.m. across most of central New York. You can see the leading edge starting to work in from the west on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. But again, a couple more hours before this really starts to get going. Let's talk about the fluff factor of snow. Again, the last couple of storms have been very wet. This time it's going to be more standard. It won't be as fluffy as lake effect snow as what we saw on Saturday, but it will be that packable type of snow for tomorrow. Highest impact on travel will be overnight. Again, snowfall rates at about 1 inch per hour. The impact becomes less throughout the day tomorrow as the snow becomes lighter. It'll be snowing through the morning into the early afternoon, but again, as temperatures climb above freezing, conditions, or at least road conditions, should turn wet. So you look at the radar and satellite image. This is a complicated setup. We have two storm systems working together to bring us snow. One tracks inland, another develops along the coast, and they're going to work together to bring us snow across the region. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast again, 10 o'clock this evening. Snow works in, heavy at times overnight. Temperatures will be in the 20s. 7 a.m. tomorrow, widespread steady snow. The morning commute, give yourself extra time to get to work or school. The snow will be a lot later tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. You can see temperatures will be above freezing too. By 5 p.m. your drive home should be a lot easier. Heading into tomorrow night, the snow comes to an end. Total accumulation 6 to 8 inches for the majority of central New York. East of Utica, there will be some pockets that pick up 8 to 12 inches of accumulation. This is for tonight as well as Tuesday, and I think about 4 to 7 inches of this falls by tomorrow morning, and then again totals somewhere between about 6 to 12 inches, just depending on location. Snow tonight down to 27. Tomorrow, snow in the morning, becoming lighter throughout the afternoon. Temperatures climb above freezing. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain showers Wednesday afternoon, 41. Thursday's looking dry. We're tracking another potential storm. This one, a combination of snow and ice for Friday. This might end up being an alert day, but again, we're going to really stick to one storm at a time here, but it is something that we'll be keeping a close eye on as we head into Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Light snow showers here as we head into the weekend. Back over to you.
Bill, thank you. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. We're deep into the playoffs and winter sports. Tim Powers, thank you so much for joining us. The snow is falling at a really decent clip tonight. Stay home. There are several accidents on the roads. We're going to get to that. There are also some school delays and closings already up at the bottom of your screen and on our website, WKTV.com. For the very latest, we turn to Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. He is tracking the storm in the Weather Center. Hey, it's coming down out there tonight.
Yeah, the snowfall rates are picking up. The roads are getting slippery. The conditions are going to continue like this here for the next several hours. Expecting totals by late tomorrow to be between 6 to 8 inches for most areas. 8 to 12 inches of snow possible east of Utica. We have winter storm warnings in effect for most of the area tonight. Here's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, snowing across most of the area, and it is coming down pretty heavy. With snowfall rates at about 1 inch per hour. We'll see a few breaks here later as we head into tonight. A lot of this is going to backfill, so we will see several more hours of snow. Current temperature is 26 degrees. Our weather headlines, again, the snow will continue to fall at a steady clip as we head into tonight and tomorrow. It does wind down a bit by tomorrow morning, so the morning commute will be a little bit better. And speaking of driving, this is a look at traffic conditions across the area. This is our traffic tracker. We've been noticing a lot of slowdowns on many area roadways due to the snow, and I think that's going to be the case heading into tomorrow morning. So you're going to want to budget some extra time for your morning commute. The snow rates go down during the day tomorrow. Conditions will improve. We're taking a look at that forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We're following breaking news out of the town of Paris. Rescue crews responded to the scene of a tractor trailer rollover right near the Cassville.
Good evening, Central New York. We are taking a live look outside. This is our Utica National camera overlooking Cooperstown. Snow-covered roads, slippery travel. If you are heading out tonight, give yourself time to get to your destination. We are dealing with wind as well as poor road conditions, and the wind could create some poor visibility heading into tonight. We have an alert day. We told you about this on Friday about how we are expecting snow tonight. And this is going to continue overnight, coming down at snowfall rates at about 1 inch per hour. This lingers into Tuesday morning, but the worst of this is over the next couple of hours. Again, some wind will create some blowing snow, and this is going to be a bigger problem overnight, especially in open areas that are prone to blowing and drifting snow. Here's a live look at the Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, it is widespread snow. More is approaching from the west. This is going to continue as we head into tonight, so we're going to be in the thick of this here for a good portion of tonight. Now, the last couple of snowfall events have been very wet. They stuck to the trees. This snowfall is going to be fluffier compared to the last couple. It's not going to be fluffy like Saturday's snow where it just blows around really easily, but it's also not going to be that wet snow that sticks to the trees. So somewhere in the middle this time around, so it should be a little bit easier to shovel, but not as easy as what we saw on Saturday. Again, the impact is going to be highest overnight with travel. The morning will be a little bit better. The snow comes down at a slower rate. Snow showers in the afternoon tomorrow. Conditions improve dramatically throughout the day. Temperatures go above freezing. The snowfall rates drop. I think most roadways will be wet by the drive home. So again, an easier go if you're going to be heading out later in the day. Here's the bigger picture. We're watching a very complex weather system. There's actually two of them. We have low pressure to the west. This is the inland storm. You can see this big, broad circulation. This is developing along the coast. There's actually two storms in play here, two areas of low pressure, and we're squeezed between both of them. And again, that's going to give us snow as we head into tonight. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast again. Snow continues overnight Tomorrow morning, widespread steady snow. It becomes lighter throughout the day. Temperatures climb above freezing too. So again, do expect the roads to improve as temperatures climb above freezing. The snow comes to an end in the late afternoon, and we do get a chance to dry out heading into tomorrow night. No major changes to the snowfall forecast. I think most of us get about 6 to 8 inches. There will be some pockets east of Utica that could get as high as 8 to 12 inches, but I think somewhere around 8 inches will be the norm, just based on how things are unfolding so far tonight. Snow tonight, low of 27. Tomorrow, again, snow in the morning, and the snow becomes lighter in the afternoon. Roads improve, a high of 35. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Showers Wednesday, 41. Thursday, we're dry, 38. We're watching another storm on Friday. This is getting a lot of attention, and this may end up being our next alert day. Right now, it looks like a combination of snow and ice. So once again, dealing with mixed precipitation. At least that's the way things look from here. And we will continue to keep you posted. Snow showers as we head into the weekend. Temperatures climb into the low 30s. So it doesn't stay all that cold, but again, it will be pretty tricky to get around here heading into tonight.
Yeah, and we have a drive home for us tonight, don't we?
I know. We're not looking forward to that.
Well, we'll deal with it. All right. Thanks, Bill. By the way, this is new tonight. Canada announcing, Paulus, thank you so much for joining us tonight. The snow is falling at a pretty decent clip tonight. Stay home. Don't go out. There are several accidents on the roads tonight. We're going to get to that too, as well as some school closings and delays already up at the bottom of your screen. If you miss them, you can go to WKTV.com. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis right now. He's tracking the storm as we see it and what we can expect from here on out.
Yeah, the snow is going to continue to fall steady tonight, and road conditions are going to be very slippery. So give yourself plenty of time for your morning commute, heading off to work or school. Not making any big changes to the snowfall forecast this evening, although I do want to point out just my own inkling here based on the radar. We'll probably end up getting in the middle or maybe on the low end of this map. I think many areas, especially east of Utica, probably closer to 8 to 10 inches of accumulation. And again, we're continuing to follow this. We have winter storm warnings in effect. Here's a look at the radar this evening. We've been getting some breaks in the radar. You can see some holes taking place in parts of the area, but a lot of this is backfilling, so we will see more snow move into the region as we head into tonight. Current temperature is 27 degrees, and the snow is also impacting travel. It's causing a slow ride across all of central New York this evening. So again, if you are heading out tonight, budget plenty of extra time. Heading into tonight, again, snow will continue. Temperatures will be in the upper 20s. I've got to look at your morning commute and when this snow comes to an end. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. We are following breaking news out of the town of Paris. Rescue crews responded to the scene of
Good evening. We continue to track snow moving across central New York. Roads are snow covered this evening. This is a live look in Cooperstown. This is our Utica National Tower Cam. We told you about this alert day beginning Friday that we were expecting snow tonight. Well, here it is. Snow will continue overnight. We could see rates as high as 1 inch per hour. It lingers into Tuesday morning. There will also be some blowing and drifting of this snow, especially in open areas. I think the worst of this is tonight, and by tomorrow, conditions will be improving as temperatures climb above freezing. That snow should start to melt. We saw a little bit of a lull in the activity over the last half an hour or so, but it is backfilling. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. You know, most of us seeing snow across the area this evening. The next round is working in from the southwest. So again, these bands of snow will work in as we head into tonight. Again, the heaviest snowfall expected overnight. Let's talk about the fluff factor of snow. We've been seeing a lot of that wet, heavy to move snow the last several events where it mixed in with sleet and freezing rain. And this time around, it's more standard consistency, which means it'll be packable. Won't be as fluffy as the snow that we had on Saturday, but it also won't be that really heavy, wet snow. And one way to tell the difference, too, is look at the trees. If it's a wet snow, it sticks to the trees. If it doesn't stick to the trees, it's not considered that wet snow. And again, it is going to be something we'll have to clear out as we get into tomorrow morning. Hopefully it won't be too hard. Your morning commute looks better than tonight. Tonight, again, roads are snow covered and travel will be slow, but the morning commute should be better, and we will have some snow in the air. But again, as temperatures climb above freezing, conditions improve, and that'll be the case throughout the afternoon. The evening drive home really doesn't look too bad as snow comes to an end and temperatures climb above freezing. We have a complicated weather system unfolding tonight. We have two storm systems, one to the west. This is the primary low. This will track to our west, and this one's the one that generally drives the snow. But a secondary storm is developing along the coast, and these are working together to bring us snow across the area tonight and tomorrow. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast again. Snow continues tonight. Temperatures remain in the 20s. Your morning commute, widespread steady snow early, but by the afternoon, the snowfall rates come down and temperatures climb above freezing, so conditions will gradually improve throughout the day. Snow comes to an end by around 5 o'clock and will dry out as we head into tomorrow night. Total accumulations, most areas pick up about 6 to 8 inches of accumulation, but east of Utica, we could see some locally higher totals, especially across the hilltops north and south of the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, looking at snow, low of 27. Tomorrow, snow in the morning, and then it gradually tapers off throughout the day. Totals, again, by the end of this, by Tuesday evening, between about 6 to 8 inches. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wednesday, showers, 41 degrees for the high. On Thursday, we're up to 38. On Friday, this might be our next alert day, just based on how things are trending. One storm at a time, but looking ahead, we're talking about a mix of heavy snow switching over to ice. So it doesn't look like an entirely snowmaker here. This will move out as we head into the weekend. We'll see some light snow showers on Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the low 30s. So again, tricky travel overnight. Things slowly get better throughout the day tomorrow.
Well, we've been waiting for this one to come.
Here it is.
Just as predicted. All right,
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Well, Canada today announced in